Alright guys, so I mentioned in the vlog that I would do a haul video, like a beauty haul. I have Sephora, like the last part of the sale stuff came in for me. I have stuff from the Selfridges sale, which is still on. Today is Saturday the 21st when I'm filming this, and the goal is to also upload it today. So that is still on, and some Pat McGrath stuff. So the Selfridges sale, the code is SELFCCE, and you get 10% off beauty. There's also a section that's called seasonal reductions where the items are already 20% off, so you would not use the code on that, but they're all very labeled. Like the Selfridges website is really easy to shop from because it tells you exactly which promotions are on for which products. So 10% for beauty, there's a section of 20% off, and then the code will also take 20% off a lot of other items. Like if you're interested in like luxury bags, I think the code works for like maybe some YSL, some Prada, etc. You just need to kind of browse and it will tell you if the code applies when you like click on the product, and maybe even before you click on the product. So that's very helpful. So the first thing I got was the Lemare pressed powder. I just got a backup of the one because I use this a lot, and by the time this sale rolls around next year, I will have already gone through this, so I figured I'd have it now. I'm never gonna find it cheaper. I mentioned I would pick up the next shade up for the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. So I've had medium for quite some time. I use it a lot, like I really enjoy it, but it is a little cooler. Not that I can't wear it for bronzer, but it's also something very buildable. So sometimes when I want really like lots of bronze, it takes a lot of building, even though it doesn't show texture, which we love. So this is number 3. I picked this up and I have it on today, and I think it looks really good. It's a little more orange than this one, obviously, but I think that it works. It's not so orange that I wouldn't wear it, and it's not so orange or warm that it looks like dirty on my face. I don't know why I look so white right now. I like feel like I look really pale. So those are swatches. You can see they're quite different. This is number 2, this is number 3, and number 3 is what I have on, and I mean, big jump, but love them both. I also like tend to not be able to shut up about this banana lowlighter. Ever since I rediscovered it in my collection, I'm just like, that's all I want. Like I have it down my nose today, like love. So again, the old packaging is a brush tip clicky pen, and you got 3.5 mil. The new one, same price. I believe the pricing has remained the same. You get more product, 5.5 mil, and it is now in a doe foot. So there's no huge difference in the two. I would say if I had to, like this is, I don't want to say this one's more pigmented, but I think it is. It might not be. I could be making that up. But you apply it. For me, I let it sit. I like kind of dab it down my nose a little bit. I let it sit, and I do a whole bunch of other parts of my makeup, and I come back to it. And I just like use a sponge and like pounce it all the way down my nose. And it does this really perfect, beautiful reverse contouring effect, and I love it. If you like that look and you're like, I'm really bad at contouring, because I've seen a lot of people, honestly, like even if they can get the rest of their contouring together, when they contour their nose, I'm like, please blend. It's like, or sometimes I think maybe people want their contour to be obvious. I'm not in that group. I don't ascribe to that school of thought, but this is foolproof if you just want the center of your nose to stand out. So I'm not bridgeless, but I also don't have a very pronounced bridge. I'm kind of somewhere in between, which fine, you know, I like it. But, you know, this does help kind of define that area a little bit more, especially head on. I got 2 foundations. The Tom Ford Soft Matte. I showed this to you yesterday in a clip because I've just been loving it again. I had tried out samples of this before, really love the finish. Neither of the shades were my shade. I had to mix shades in that blister card, but so good. This is 2.7 vellum, so if you are my skin tone or we match, this is a really good match. Again, soft matte, so it's a little glowy like you saw in the clip yesterday. I also grabbed the Suku Cream Foundation. This is so good. I've worn it 3 times. Every time I go to film, it's like not the right day. The lighting's like too overcast, I look washed out, or I take it into like a darker area and you can't even really see the foundation. It's just like, you know. It's in the shade 220. This looks so beautiful. And I did not think that this would wear well with like wearing a mask, and that has been like a big thing lately, right? Like if I put a mask on and like those lines show, I'm just like, well, I'm not wearing that foundation again tomorrow. So this, it is, oh, my heat's coming on. So I don't like jar foundations. I really don't like them. But some of the best gel foundations happen to be that. So I have the Shantikai Future Skin Gel Foundation on today. So it is not a ton of coverage, as you will see, because you can see my dark spots. But, you know, I'm kind of doing a wear test, like continuing a wear test and like, you know, forming thoughts and opinions. So this isn't a jar, unfortunately. It does come with a little like spoon, is that what they're called? Spatula. Comes with a spatula. It has like a medium coverage. If I were to apply this today over my skin that has like dark spots, it would cover them more, and I could easily go through with a concealer and then you probably would not see any of this. But this finish is so beautiful. It's as if, I don't want to say filtered skin, but like, you know, when your makeup looks really, really pretty and your skin looks really, really healthy, it's a little glowy, it looks perfected, like that's what this does. And the wear time is really good. Like I would say maybe like 8 hours before I feel like, I don't know if I'm like crazy about the way this looks, but the wear time is pretty good for like a cream foundation. And this is probably something I will not wear in the summer, but I mean, we got long winters where I live, so happy to have this. So excited. It's so good. Now, if I had to pick one, I would say, I think the price point might be, is it quite similar because of the sale? Because Tom Ford is already cheaper on the Selfridges website. So I would say for an all-around foundation, all seasons foundation, Tom Ford Soft Matte, because it has like that soft matte look with a little bit of glow, and then more glow will come out throughout the day. Whereas this already looks a little glowy. It doesn't look super glowy when you put it on, but then, you know, since it's already looking that way, over the course of the day, it will look glowier. Yes, I feel like I'm talking a lot about this. Okay, I also picked up this from Suku. I haven't really opened it up yet, but this is kind of on my list every year. It's the Suku brush set. And I don't have any Suku brushes, and I'm into brushes right now, so sorry. Here's the box, and every single thing is individually wrapped in here still, so I'm not going to unwrap it yet, but their brushes are still all in there. So you get 5 brushes. I mean, you get 6, but do we count spoolies? No. So you get 5 brushes. There's the cheek brush, or is it the blush brush? The cheek brush was made famous by Lisa Eldridge, right? And we were all like, what is Suku, right? So I have kind of opened them up to like look at the brushes. I haven't like taken them out to use them yet. They're lovely. They feel amazing. I cannot wait to use this brush and this brush. This one has like a slight arch to it, so I feel like for doing certain eyeshadow looks, it's going to be very beautiful and precise. And then kind of 2 blender type brushes. This one's like smudgier, and then this is a cheek brush or blush brush. I think they're calling it the blush brush. I was reading the back of this. They're calling the spoolie the screw brush. Yeah, that's definitely a new term I haven't heard before. Okay, so from Sephora, actually, I think when I shared with you my recommendations and things I was going to pick up, I mentioned I would get the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette. I then decided against it. And then I was like, should I then maybe just get one of those like her like crystal, like the liquid shadows that are like trichrome, trio chrome? And I was like, I really try not to buy cream and liquid shadows, even though I like sometimes fall victim if like a price is good or if like I really like the color. I don't know why I'm doing this. And I just decided against it completely, because while the trio chromes are very beautiful, the palette, again, $129, even with 20% off, the color story, I would probably not even use half of those shades. So it was a very difficult like, it wasn't a difficult choice, but it would be difficult if I had purchased the product and then it just sat in my collection, you know what I mean? Just because I like those triochromes. So we passed on that. So we have this Laneige Glowy Lip Wonder. I have the pink one here, Berry, which I think most of us have used before. This one came with Gummy Bear, and I already used it. It definitely smells like a grape gummy bear, but like one of the, like a bougie grape gummy bear. Because sometimes I feel like, myself included, grape scented or grape flavored things, like, we're a little traumatized by if you had like, if you grew up in a time where cough medicine was like, you know, I used to dread taking cough medicine. Like, I would, ugh. Anyway, love this, so good. I picked up a new eyelash curler. I haven't had a new one in so long. So this Shiseido one I have, I've lost the color. Like, areas where it was gunmetal is now like worn off. And it's so like, you know, limp. So I've replaced the pad so many times. I probably had it for like 4 or 5 years, honestly. And then recently I picked one up from Yes Style. But I think because Yes Style is an Asian website, it ships out of Hong Kong, at least my packages come out of Hong Kong. They probably have more models of an eyelash curler sold there, whereas I need the one that is sold exclusively in the US. Like, the one you find everywhere here, that's the one I need. So, because the shape is longer and wider, so I don't have very round eyes. They're kind of very almondy and long and flatter, so I need like this shape exactly. And they have a limited edition one that is gold with a red pad. And this packaging, guys, it is so cute, beautiful. It does not have a replacement pad though. These usually come with a replacement pad. I'm actually thinking about getting a backup, only because I have determined that this is the eyelash curler for me. The Shu Uemura one doesn't work for me. The Surratt one works okay. If any of you guys are also like die-hard users of this specific one, let me know what the other options are. Like, whenever I go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, etc., I'm always like staring, like angling all of the eyelash curlers, trying to see if they would like match my eye shape, and they just never do. So I'm so happy to have this one. It's so pretty, and like, oh, it is nothing like having a fresh eyelash curler. Wow, life-changing. I mean, like, temporarily. Okay, let me do that so I can share this product with you. This is the Makeup by Mario Golden Nude Gloss. And I actually, you know how sometimes when you order stuff and smaller items, if you forgot about them, you end up throwing the box out? I've done that before, like 2 times. I can remember ordering stuff from Amazon and they randomly threw like another item I had ordered into the box, but it was like a really small item and I threw it out. It was like blemish patches one time that I remember distinctly. Anyway, tangent. This gloss, you have an acrylic wand. It's just very pretty. And the doe foot, which that's the only way I can describe it, but it's like beveled. So the doe foot is not rounded off in any capacity. It's flat on top and it's flat on the sides. So when you apply, you can get it right to the edge and it doesn't spill over your lips, okay? And then the product is smoothed out better because it's not round, because it is flat. I don't know how to explain that science or math, but it's how it works. So it's something that you can apply without it getting, you know, like if I had to apply this without a mirror, I probably could because of the way it's shaped. I really like this formula. I'm so happy that I love this because, guys, I really love the Makeup by Mario quads. So I was like, let me get this eyeshadow palette, the Master Mattes. I love Mario. You know how when you follow someone for a long time on social media, you feel like you get to know them really well and you really like them as a person. You think they're a really good person. You feel like they truly like, well, not they. We're talking about him specifically. He wants to teach. He wants us to learn his techniques. He like has no problem sharing with you whatever it is. So I obviously, like everyone else who is a Mario stan, wanted to love this. I wanted to love the entire brand. But when it launched, there was just, I didn't know what I really wanted to pick up. There was no like intense desire to pick anything up. So when the quads came out later on after the initial launch, I was quite drawn to those. So I picked them up, love them. This, I'm telling you, okay, I love the color story here. Even though a lot of the colors might seem similar, I love it though. Like, I like that something's just a slightly different tone or like a slightly different depth. It's just so like, I could use out of this if I like this formula. So I've used this 3 times. I've used it 3 different ways, and each time it was trying me. So the first time I went in like I normally would. I applied an eyeshadow crayon, blended it out top and bottom. That's how I start out every single eye look 95% of the time. And I had difficulty getting this to do what I would expect on a daily basis. You know how you apply your eyeshadow? I apply my crease shade first, I blend that out, I get that real even, so it gives me like a really good framework for my eye makeup, and then I go in and I add depth on the edges, maybe on the lash line, depending on how smoky I want it to go. Every part of the eyeshadow doing that day was difficult. Even when I tried to take this black and smudge it into my lash line, it just wouldn't smudge. It would like catch. Like, I'd have some beautiful smudginess here, and then I wouldn't have any smudginess there, and then like above it would be nicely smudged, but below it would not be nicely smudged. So I had like a gap, and I tried to blend it into my lash line. It just was not cooperating the way I would expect it to. Okay, so the second day I went in with this, the Nars Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I was like, maybe if cause you know, the eyeshadow crayons can be a little tacky. Maybe they don't dry down all the way all at once. You know, I'm like, let me see if I can marginally work with it, because I'm not about to put that much effort into putting eyeshadow on every day, right? So I tried the Nars Base, same thing. I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. And then the third day I applied like a normal eye primer, and then I dusted it with powder, thinking if it just had kind of like a powder to glide over. No. So I am disappointed because I wanted to love it, and it's just been so, I have never tried 3 times to get an eyeshadow palette to work either. So I really wanted to see if I could find a way, because these colors are so, like, they're just so me colors that I would use on a regular basis. There's like a reddish, even the brown is a little reddish. You have like so many of these like beautiful crease shades, and then like it has like a mustardy tone. Like, there's just everything that I like, and no dice. This was like a random find that I am really loving. It's the KVD ink liner in the shade Bosch, and it's this green, and I've worn it like 2 or 3 times. It has really great staying power, but the color is also just so pretty. It was like $3 in the sale section with another 20% off. I mean, it was a really good deal. I don't know if it's still on there, because I'm like, do I want to back up? I love colored liner, particularly reds, and I mean, reds, greens, and like a navy. I think those are like my favorite shades for colored eyeliner. Okay, lastly from Sephora, I picked up 2 candles, right? I mentioned Otherland. So this is the one in Silk Pajamas, Crystal Ginger, Bergamot Zest, and Spice Yuzu. So I've had these sitting kind of out and open for a few days to get like a feel for them, like scent-wise, and if I would like them in my home. This, while can be complex, is kind of whittled down to just being a ginger scent, which is fine if you really, really love ginger. So I do love ginger. I've been mixing like a ginger into my coffee every day, like a ginger powder mix, just to give myself some boosts of immunity and like, you know, make my body hotter. Not like that, like you know, like in like Chinese medicine, like, you know, whatever. It's supposed to help your immunity to make your body hotter. Okay, so I definitely smell the spiced element of it here. Bergamot is like a little less so here, and it's definitely heavy on ginger and the spiced element. Yuzu and bergamot is overshadowed by the ginger. So while I like this, I don't love this. This next one I love. So this is the Otherland Rattan, and it's Sandalwood, Golden Amber, Warm Musk. Is that how you say the word rattan? R-A-T-T-A-N? Every other version of it in my head sounds not right. Rattan? Not rattan. Rattan, right? Okay. This smells amazing. I want my whole home to smell like this all the time. It smells like an expensive hotel lobby or an expensive salon, or are there reed diffusers? Because this is like, if you love sandalwood, but you like that kind of crisp, light sandalwood, and the amber and the musk doesn't make it too baby powdery and or too warm. Okay, my battery died. There was no warning, so I don't know. I don't know how far we got along in this. I remember saying that the amber and the musk does not make it too baby powdery, because sometimes those scents can make a scent go in that direction. Amber can make it too warm smelling and musk can make it too baby powdery, but the balance here is like so perfect, and I just like want my whole, not my whole house, but like a good part of my house to smell this way. Maybe the bathrooms, you know, relaxing, bedroom, really good bedroom scent, really good summer scent. But I would love this all year round. In case you haven't noticed, I do not seasonally decorate. I like one vibe. Lastly, I just have some Pat McGrath. It was 30% off a $150 purchase. So I picked up, I'm really glad I waited to pick up this highlighter. I haven't even opened this or swatched this or anything yet, guys. So beautiful. Everyone keeps talking about how beautiful, and like, I mean, yeah, it is beautiful. Bourgeois. Ooh, that's like metallic. Oh, but that's so pretty. It definitely does have like a champagne-y, like in person it looks slightly peach, which I like. Should we put a little bit like right here? Hold on. I might regret this. I might look foolish for the last 5 minutes of this video, but ooh, or our Cupid's bow looks amazing. Okay, oh, I got lip products, so I guess we're gonna try out some lip products. So this is the, I don't even know if all of the colors have been released on her website yet. This is the Lip Shine in Electric Lotus. You know, cute packaging. Has the red, not red, pink metallic with gold lips. I don't buy that many. I buy the glosses from Pat McGrath. I just don't buy that many of her lip products because there's a lot of like matte versions of things, and I feel there's a lot of different lines within her lip collections that, I don't know, I get a little confused, but okay, so we'll remove that gloss. Okay, I like that highlight there, yeah. Okay, so this is an Electric Lotus. Ooh, it looked more orange, like on the internet. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, that's like, oh my God. Color is buildable. I like this formula. Wow. I'm just like used to seeing like a kind of a nude lip, so I'm like very like wowed about this like right now. Pretty though. Okay, light is changing again. So this is something, okay, obviously I applied it very full on. That is not how I normally apply lip products. I apply them very, very tapped in. Like I would tap my finger into that bullet and then apply it, and then, you know, you would get like a more natural look. 2 lip liners. I love the Pat McGrath lip liners. I have Subculture and no, that's MAC. I have Supernatural and Contour. Those are always in my collection, and sometimes they're in my purse. Like, I really like those. Okay, they both come with a sharpener. I actually wish they did not do that. I would prefer that to not be it. Okay, so I got another nudie brown. It's in the shade Structure. Oh, you see that? This is like, this is not supposed to do that. Okay. So that color is like a rosy brown. I thought it was going to be more brown, actually. That's why I picked it up, because I thought it'd be more brown, but okay. And then I picked up a red in Bloodlust because I'm like, I love this formula if I'm going to do a red lip. That's like a good color to have. Does that one come out? No. All right, let's try this lip liner out. Okay, now I really want other shades of that lip shine. Like I want like a nude, obviously. The nude wasn't available on the Pat McGrath website. I don't know why I'm talking and I'm playing lip liner. It's like a dumb thing. Okay, I feel like I can get down with this lip liner. I like this. It will be interesting to see what it looks like without that shine on, like if I just applied it with some lip balm, but in case you guys wanted to see a colorful lip, this is colorful. And I think that's it for the haul, everything. Yes, okay, so I will list below the code for Selfridges. If the Pat McGrath thing is still on, I'll list that too. I think it might be on, or she might have a new sale. Don't you feel like she has a new sale every other day? Which, not complaining, but it's like, then you're like, what is the strategy for picking stuff up? Because if you pick the Celestial Divinity up, if you picked up any of those quads that she released for holiday, like luckily I had like kind of waited on this, so I was able to get a really good price on this. But if you decided to not get anything until now, 30% off, like who knows how much further these things will get discounted, not to mention things that are in bundles. Okay, whatever. I will see you next week for Black Friday stuff. I'll try to list as many things next week, as well as skincare, Shantikai, full on Shantikai reviews, which I'm really excited about because I've just decided to pull everything I have and try out new things, and we're just going to talk about all of that. So yeah, next week.